Welcome, eternal transfer. Chosen ones, lean in, because what is happening right now is not coincidence, chance, or curiosity. Chosen one, the very fact that your spirit was drawn here is divine evidence that heaven has scheduled this moment for you. You are not watching this because you were bored. You are watching because you were summoned. Something in the unseen has shifted, and your name has been spoken in the courts of light. Chosen one, you are standing at the threshold of a supernatural financial breakthrough, a divine transfer of provision, wisdom, and opportunity that has already begun to move in your direction. The atmosphere around your life is changing. What once felt blocked is loosening. What once felt delayed is aligning. Heaven is preparing to place in your hands what generations before you could not access. The Spirit is whispering the same truth written in Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. The vision is not late. It is ripening, maturing, coming into fullness right on time. Chosen one, open your heart. This is a holy moment, a prophetic stirring, an activation, a call into alignment with what heaven has already released. Let your faith rise. Let your spirit awaken. And let every part of you prepare for what is about to unfold. Chosen ones, listen with your spirit, not just your ears, because what I'm about to speak carries the weight of heaven behind it. The moment you cross the threshold of this message, something in the unseen realm acknowledges your arrival. Chosen one, this isn't merely a video. This is alignment, a divine intersection. A moment when what God has been preparing in silence begins to touch the surface of your reality. You may not see it clearly yet, but your spirit recognizes it. That gentle pull inside you, that quiet stirring, that sudden awareness that something is shifting. That is heaven confirming that your life is entering a new order. For months, for years, you've walked through seasons that felt slow, tight, unclear. Doors you tried to force never opened. Opportunities that seemed perfect suddenly slipped out of reach. People you trusted drifted, shifted, or revealed themselves. And you wondered, why can't anything just move smoothly for me? I know that feeling. Chosen one, I've lived it. I've walked through moments where everything felt like delay, like denial, like I was somehow forgotten. But later, when the pieces finally fell into place, I understood timing was not fighting me, it was protecting me. Heaven was not blocking me, it was building me. And chosen ones, that's exactly what has been happening to you. What felt like stagnation was actually preparation. What felt like isolation was incubation. What felt like delay was alignment. Heaven has been shaping you, refining you, and emptying what could not travel with you into this next chapter. You were not held back. You were being positioned. There comes a moment for every chosen one when the heavens whisper, now. Not later, not someday, but now. And when that ordained moment arrives, everything begins to move differently. The atmosphere shifts. The spiritual current intensifies. The weight inside your chest feels lighter, yet your purpose feels heavier. You begin to sense a new clarity forming. Even if you can't explain it, that's because divine timing rarely announces itself loudly. It arrives subtly, yet unmistakably. Chosen ones, you are stepping into what I call supernatural alignment, a place where invisible doors begin to unlock without effort, where resources you thought were beyond reach start gravitating toward you, where the ideas you dismissed months ago suddenly return with new light, new relevance, new anointing. Heaven is not preparing to move. Heaven is already moving. You are standing in the beginning waves of a supernatural financial transfer, a divine redistribution of provision, wisdom, and opportunity. And I don't say that lightly. I say it because I have watched God perform this pattern in my own life. I've seen barren seasons turn into breakthrough overnight. I've witnessed ideas I thought were insignificant open doors that altered my entire journey. I've felt the shift of divine acceleration, that unmistakable sensation that everything is suddenly catching up with what was promised. And chosen ones. That is the mantle being placed over you right now. But hear me clearly before heaven manifests anything publicly. It confirms it privately. Before the breakthrough shows up in your hands, it shows up in your spirit. And many of you have been feeling that confirmation without knowing how to describe it. The sudden peace that doesn't match your circumstances. The new strength rising even though nothing external has changed. The internal whisper that says, prepare, stay ready. That is not imagination. That is visitation. That is heaven preparing the soil of your life for a divine, supernatural harvest. Something is being woven behind the scenes, something carrying your name, your assignment, your calling. Chosen ones. You are not on the outside looking in anymore. You are standing on holy ground, the threshold of a financial, spiritual, and generational turning point. And this is just the beginning. Chosen ones. As you move deeper into this moment, I want you to understand something with absolute clarity. The shift you are feeling is not emotional, not psychological, and not circumstantial. It is spiritual. It is the evidence that heaven has begun rearranging the architecture of your destiny. And when heaven restructures something, the natural world has no choice but to follow. Chosen one. Think back on your recent days. Have you noticed how the things that once drained you no longer hold power over your spirit? How the conversations that used to pull you backwards now feel foreign? How your tolerance for anything misaligned has suddenly collapsed? That is not coincidence. That is divine detachment. Heaven is cutting away everything incapable of carrying the next level of your assignment. Because when God prepares a vessel for supernatural transfer, He first empties it, not to punish, but to prepare. I know that process intimately. I remember seasons where God removed people from my life without warning. At the time, it felt like abandonment, like rejection. But later, when the blessing arrived, I realized why they couldn't stay. They did not have the capacity to respect what God was about to place in my hands. Chosen ones. Many of you are experiencing that same pruning. The distance, the silence, the sudden disconnects. They are not loss. They are protection. Heaven is safeguarding your next chapter. And hear this, you are not being isolated. You are being insulated. You are being sealed for a divine assignment that cannot be contaminated by doubt, jealousy, or small thinking. When God begins a supernatural transfer, He reduces the noise around you so that you don't sabotage the miracle with conversation. Some of your blessings require quiet. Some of your breakthroughs require secrecy. Some of your elevation requires you to walk alone. Not because you are alone, but because heaven is surrounding you, chosen ones. The Spirit is preparing you for a financial breakthrough that comes not from striving, but from alignment. You will begin to see unusual streams of provision, ideas that turn into income, opportunities that unlock resources. And I'm not speaking in metaphor. I'm speaking prophetically. Heaven funds the missions it assigns. And you, yes, you are stepping into an assignment that carries heavenly backing. But here is the truth. Supernatural provision flows where obedience stands. That's why God has been shifting your character, your habits, your mindset. He has been rewriting the internal script that kept you small. You've noticed yourself thinking differently, more boldly, more clearly, more purposefully. You've felt urges to clean your space, organize your life, simplify your environment. Don't overlook that. That's spiritual preparation manifesting in practical form. Remember the story of the widow's oil in the Book of Kings? She didn't receive the miracle until the vessels were prepared. Chosen one, heaven is preparing you as the vessel. The oil is coming, but the container must be ready. And readiness looks like clarity. discipline, and surrender. Chosen ones. Many of you have been sensing an internal elevation, a rise in confidence, a rise in spiritual sensitivity, a rise in expectation. That's because your spirit has already stepped into the future that your body is only beginning to experience. What you feel now is the echo of what heaven has already released. And yes, there will be moments where your mind questions it, moments where fear tries to whisper, "Is this real or am I imagining it?" But listen to me. Fear is the last voice you hear right before breakthrough. It is the final attempt of the old season to hold on to you. Don't entertain it. Don't give it authority. Heaven has already declared your transition. Chosen ones. You are walking into a season where the impossible becomes the ordinary, where what once took years will now take months, where what was blocked will now be delivered, where what was denied will now be restored. This is your turning point. This is your divine moment. This is your appointed hour. And the best part, you don't have to force anything. You only have to stay aligned. Chosen ones, as we continue, I need you to lean in with your spirit, not just your ears, because what I'm about to reveal is not merely instruction, it is impartation. This part of your journey requires a deeper understanding of what heaven is doing inside you, around you, and through you. Chosen one, you've been sensing an internal stretching, that feeling that something within you is expanding beyond your old limits. It's not discomfort, it's capacity. Heaven is enlarging the inner space where breakthrough will reside. Before God transfers something into your hands, He transforms something in your heart. That inner stretching is the sign that you are being prepared to carry what once would have crushed you. And hear this clearly, the pressure you've been feeling is not punishment, it's spiritual labor. You are birthing the next version of yourself. Heaven has been pushing you out of old mindsets, old patterns, old emotional reactions, even old relationships, not because they were evil, but because they were too small. You have outgrown what once defined you. I know that feeling well. I've lived through seasons where I felt like I no longer fit inside my own life. Everything familiar felt uncomfortable. The routines that once brought peace became suffocating. I could not explain it to anyone because it wasn't logical. It was spiritual. The old season was tightening around me like a shell I had already outgrown. And when I finally allowed myself to break free, everything shifted. Chosen one. That same break is happening within you. This internal transformation is the proof that a new realm of favor is coming. Heaven always upgrades the vessel before releasing the blessing. You are being refined for rulership. You are being shaped for stewardship. You are being positioned for supernatural increase. Chosen ones. Many of you have been asking God, why does it feel like my life is transitioning even though nothing visibly changed yet? Because spiritual alignment always precedes physical manifestation. What happens in the unseen is more real than what happens in the natural right now. Angels are being assigned, opportunities are being positioned, conversations are unfolding with your name in them, doors are unlocking in realms you haven't even stepped into yet. But here's the part that it requires maturity. You must remain silent in the shift. This isn't the time to announce your breakthrough. This isn't the time to prove anything to anyone. This isn't the time to broadcast what God is still building. Silence preserves the miracle. Stillness strengthens the manifestation. Restraint protects what is sacred. Chosen one. Even Jesus performed miracles and often said, "Tell no one," not because the miracle lacked power, but because the timing was not yet full. Revelation without timing invites sabotage. And heaven loves you too much to let you sabotage what is coming. There is a reason your spirit feels sensitive right now. There is a reason your discernment has sharpened. There is a reason certain individuals suddenly drain your energy. Your spirit is detecting misalignment. Heaven is filtering your environment. Not everyone can travel with you into this next dimension. Not everyone has earned access. And some people cannot handle the glory that's about to rest on your life. So chosen one, watch carefully who drains you. Distance yourself, who doubts you. Silence yourself, who honors you. Align yourself. Heaven is clearing the path so you can run without tripping. And let me tell you this with authority. Your supernatural transfer is not only financial, it is emotional, it is mental, it is spiritual, it is relational. Some of you will receive financial provision. Some of you will receive healing in places you forgot were wounded. Some of you will step into assignments that impact generations. Some of you will walk into rooms that shift nations. This is not a small shift. It is a divine repositioning, chosen ones. You are stepping into the realm of quiet miracles, blessings that require no announcement, confirmations that require no explanation, breakthroughs that require no defense. And when they appear, they will come with such precision that you will say, "It could only have been God." This is not the season of striving. This is the season of receiving. Chosen ones, as we continue, I want you to breathe for a moment and open the deepest part of your spirit, because this section is where revelation becomes responsibility, where understanding becomes activation. What heaven is doing in you now is not subtle, it is strategic. And if you listen closely, you will feel the shift becoming clearer, stronger, and more undeniable with every passing day. Chosen one, there is something profound you must grasp. You are not just stepping into a new season. You are stepping into a new identity. The old version of you cannot enter what God is releasing. Heaven will never pour new oil into an old vessel. That is why everything familiar around you has felt foreign lately. That is why your spirit has been restless. That is why you have been pulled inward, craving silence, craving space, craving God. The old version of you is dissolving. The mantle of your future is resting on you. Let me share something personal. There was a time in my life where everything seemed to stand still. Nothing was moving, yet my spirit was screaming that something was coming. Every night I felt the tension, like I was standing on the very edge of a destiny I could not see but could feel. I could not explain it. I could not put words to it. I could only surrender to it. And chosen one, that is exactly where you are standing now. Your spirit knows what your mind has not caught up with. What you call confusion is actually calibration. What you call stillness is actually strategy. What you call silence is actually God reordering your entire atmosphere. Chosen ones, heaven has already begun removing everything that cannot follow you into elevation. Have you noticed the sudden disconnections? The people who quietly drifted away, the relationships that stopped making sense, the habits that no longer satisfy. None of this is coincidence. Heaven is detaching you from what would sabotage your next level. And I need you to hear this with authority. You are not losing anything. You are being positioned. Sometimes God must protect you from what you think you want. Sometimes He must shut doors you prayed would open. Sometimes He has to separate you from conversations, circles, and environments that do not carry your future. The pruning is painful, but it is holy. Chosen one, your elevation requires emotional discipline. You cannot respond to everything anymore. You cannot argue with everyone anymore. You cannot explain your spirit to people who operate only from their flesh. Silence is no longer optional. It is sacred instruction, because what God is forming inside you cannot survive exposure. What heaven is preparing for you cannot endure unnecessary opinions. What is developing in your spirit, it is too delicate for premature revelation. There is a reason Jesus told people, "Go and tell no one." There is a reason Joseph's dream almost got him killed when he shared it too early. There is a reason that heaven is whispering to you, keep it quiet. Some blessings grow best underground. Some breakthroughs thrive only in hiddenness. Some miracles must remain unspoken until the time is full. Chosen ones, you are now in what I call the divine incubation period. This is where your promise takes shape. This is where divine strategy forms. This is where supernatural assistance activates. This is where breakthrough matures in silence. And listen, you will start to feel the signs. A sudden inner peace that makes no logical sense. A soft pull toward new places, new ideas, new opportunities. A renewed confidence rising in your chest. A fresh clarity about who you are and who you are not. A subtle but steady acceleration in your spirit. These are not emotions. These are signals. Heaven's signals. Chosen one. You are being carried by divine timing. The timeline is shifting in your favor. Acceleration is gathering around your feet. And the supernatural transfer is aligning itself with your name. But before manifestation comes instruction, guard your atmosphere. Guard your focus. Guard your silence. Not everyone deserves access to your process. Not everyone is qualified to hear your vision. Not everyone can handle the weight of your future. Some people will misunderstand you. Some will envy you. Some will question you. Some will talk about you. But none of them will be able to stop what heaven is doing. Chosen ones. This point is critical. Heaven is building something in you that will outlast every storm. The enemy has tried to exhaust you, but you endured. He tried to confuse you, but you stayed anchored. He tried to isolate you, but God turned isolation into revelation. And now the shift is irreversible. Chosen one, lift your spirit. Straighten your posture. You are being prepared for visibility, for breakthrough, for supernatural elevation. And when the unveiling comes, it will not be subtle. It will be undeniable. It will be supernatural. It will be holy. Chosen ones. As we move deeper into this divine unfolding, I need you to understand something sacred. You are standing inside a supernatural restructuring that has already begun. Heaven is not merely adjusting the details of your life. It is rewriting the entire spiritual architecture that surrounds you. And because of this, your inner world is shifting in ways you can feel even before you can explain. That quiet stirring in your chest, that strange calm that doesn't match your circumstances, that sudden clarity in your thoughts. Those are signs of divine engineering already at work. Chosen one. This season is not about noise. It is about discernment. Heaven is strengthening your inner senses so you can recognize what is from God and what is not. There was a time when you moved by emotion, by pressure, by fear of missing out. But now your spirit has matured. You no longer react, you respond. You no longer chase, you align. You no longer blame, you discern. This is evidence that heaven has elevated your rank. I want to share something personal with you. Chosen one, because what you're experiencing now mirrors a season I once walked through. There was a point in my life where everything looked normal on the outside. Nothing dramatic, nothing visible. But inside, God was rearranging everything. I felt a pull in my spirit every day, a whisper saying, "Prepare, something is shifting." And though nothing around me had changed yet, my inner world knew that breakthrough was already forming. That's exactly where you are right now. Standing one breath away from divine manifestation, this is why heaven is commanding your silence. Not because your blessing is fragile, but because your environment is not prepared for the glory that's forming. Some people can handle your struggle, but will envy your strength. Some celebrate your weakness, but resent your elevation. Some loved you broken, but your healed version will intimidate them. God is protecting your promise by hiding it. Chosen ones, pay close attention when divine acceleration begins. It never starts loudly. It begins as a shift in atmosphere, a sudden peace, a soft nudge, a knowing that something has changed. And indeed it has. Heaven has already moved you into a new spiritual timeline. In the coming days, you will notice unusual signs. People will treat you differently without knowing why. Opportunities will appear effortlessly. Doors that were locked will respond as if they recognize your presence. Conversations will align perfectly. Ideas will come with unusual clarity. This is not coincidence. This is spiritual promotion. But listen closely. Chosen one elevation attracts both alignment and opposition. When your light increases, it will draw destiny helpers and destiny drainers. Some people will suddenly be drawn to your peace. Others will quietly drift away. Do not chase anyone in this season. Do not cling to anything God is removing. Divine separation is part of divine preparation. Your silence now is not withdrawal. It is strategy. It is obedience. It is spiritual protection. Not every ear can handle the weight of your revelation. Not every heart can hold the depth of what God is forming in you. Your assignment in this season is simple: guard what heaven is growing. Move without noise. Rise without announcement. Advance without explanation. Chosen ones, hear me clearly. God is not preparing the blessing. He is preparing you to carry it. The harvest is already waiting. The transfer is already scheduled. The breakthrough is already written. You only need the maturity to steward it. You are entering a realm where doors open before you knock, where answers arrive before the request, where favor follows without effort. And in that realm, silence is your greatest protection. Hold still, chosen one. Heaven is finishing its final adjustments. And soon, very soon, the unveiling will begin. Chosen ones, as we step into this next dimension of the message, I need you to understand something profound. You are no longer in the season of preparation. You are in the season of becoming. Heaven is not only shifting the atmosphere around you, it is shifting you. The version of yourself that survived the valley is not the same version that will occupy the mountaintop. And because of this, everything in your inner world is being recalibrated. Your thoughts, your emotions, your instincts, even the way your spirit interprets silence. Chosen one, listen with the ears of your spirit. Your elevation requires a new internal structure. You cannot carry supernatural breakthrough with natural strength alone. God is enlarging your capacity, stretching your spiritual borders, and deepening your discernment so that when the blessing arrives, it does not crush you. What you feel right now is not confusion, it is expansion. The pressure is not punishment, it is preparation. Every uneasy stirring is heaven stretching your spirit to fit the size of your next season. I remember a time in my own journey when God was preparing to elevate me, and nothing made sense. The doors I thought would open stayed shut. The people I trusted drifted away. Opportunities dried up. At first, I thought something was wrong, but heaven later revealed that nothing was wrong. Everything was being rearranged. God was not closing doors because I was unworthy. He was closing them because they were too small for what He was building inside me. Chosen one, the same is happening to you. Some spaces no longer feel comfortable. Some conversations feel too shallow. Some environments feel too heavy. That's because your spirit is outgrowing what your body is still standing in. You are expanding internally before you expand externally. You are being transformed from the inside out because heaven always upgrades the container before it fills it. Hear this clearly: spiritual growth always precedes spiritual promotion. Chosen ones, many of you have felt a strange detachment recently. Not emotional numbness, but spiritual elevation. You are not sad, you're shifting. You're not confused, you're aligning. You're not lonely, you're being isolated intentionally for revelation. God is pulling you away from distractions so you can hear the next set of instructions clearly. This is not abandonment, this is consecration. And in this consecration, silence becomes your sanctuary. It becomes the place where heaven downloads what your next season requires. In silence, clarity rises. In silence, strategy forms. In silence, your spirit becomes sensitive again. You have noticed this already. Noise irritates you. Drama drains you. Superficial conversations bore you. That is heaven protecting your energy. Your spirit is becoming too valuable to be wasted on things that don't carry your future. Chosen one. Understand this, the next breakthrough is attracted to your posture, not your performance. And the posture heaven requires right now is stillness, quiet obedience, surrendered alignment, sacred focus. Let me share another piece of my journey with you. There was a moment when everything in my life started accelerating at once. Opportunities came from places I didn't expect. Doors opened without effort. People sought me out without me reaching for them. At first, I wanted to tell everyone. I wanted to celebrate publicly. But every time I spoke too soon, the momentum slowed, not because God withdrew, but because I exposed what heaven was still forming. Then God whispered to me, "Your silence protects your acceleration." That sentence changed my life. And chosen one, it is now being spoken over you. This is why God is telling you to keep your mouth shut in this season, not out of fear, but out of a wisdom, not to hide the blessing, but to shield its development. There are blessings that only survive in darkness, miracles that require secrecy, breakthroughs that need silence to mature. And you are carrying something so divine, so sacred, so heaven-ordained, that premature exposure could sabotage what God is perfecting. Chosen ones, listen carefully. You are in the womb of destiny, and just like a child cannot be shown to the world before it is fully formed, neither can the promise God is growing inside you. In the coming days, you will begin to notice divine synchronization. Things will align effortlessly. People will show up at precise moments. Conversations will unfold with perfect timing. You will see glimpses, small signs, subtle shifts, quiet confirmations. These are heaven's indicators that your transformation is nearing maturity. But even as everything accelerates, heaven will ask one thing from you: discretion. Move quietly, protect your peace, guard your revelation, keep sacred things sacred. Because chosen one, you are not just walking into blessing, you are walking into responsibility. Your rise is not about applause, it is about assignment. Your breakthrough is not to impress, it is to impact. Your transfer is not merely for your comfort, it is for your calling. Heaven is entrusting you with resources, influence, wisdom, and authority that must be stewarded with maturity, and maturity begins in silence. So hold steady, stay reverent, stay aligned. You are not waiting anymore. You are advancing. Heaven has already shifted the atmosphere in your favor. The unveiling is near. And soon, chosen one, the world will witness what God has been shaping in you all along. Chosen ones, as we come to the sacred close, pause and breathe in the truth that is already unfolding around you. You are not standing at the edge of possibility. You are standing inside your Kairos moment, the very moment heaven prepared long before your spirit entered this world. What has been shifting in silence is now moving with divine intention. The transfer has begun. The release has started. The acceleration is active. Chosen ones, I speak this over you with reverence and prophetic authority. May your spirit recognize what your eyes cannot yet see. May your faith rise to meet the supernatural current carrying you forward. May every blessing assigned to your name find you swiftly, safely, and in perfect order. You are stepping into a season where heaven's favor does not visit. It dwells. Walk gently, but walk boldly. Stay aligned with the oil that has been poured over your life. Guard your peace, protect your atmosphere. Give thanks in advance for the doors already opening, the breakthroughs already forming, and the promises already breathing. And as you leave this message, remain expectant, remain faithful, remain surrendered. Chosen ones, your unveiling has begun. If this word resonated with your spirit, you may comment Amen as a declaration of agreement, only if you feel led.